Hey everybody, welcome back to Black Lotus, where we talk about all things strange and unusual. And today we are going to be talking about very unusual things, strange things in our solar system, and things that not a lot of people can really explain, actually, and not satisfactorily anyway.
Right.
And we're going to be talking about astronomers that have witnessed stuff, as well as astronauts like Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and Gordon Cooper, and the things that they've witnessed. But anyway, before we get into all that, I want to remind everybody that we do have a group over at Facebook, and it is called the Black Lotus Discussion Group. And I will drop a link for that in the description. And if you're into the stuff we talk about here at Black Lotus, definitely go join that group. We have a great bunch of people. There are no trolls at this group, which is surprising, I think, because a lot of groups like us, there are a lot of trolls there. And
it's good conversation.
It's good conversation. We have people that are experts in the paranormal and ufologists and cryptid experts and so on. So anyway, yeah, definitely join up with us there. Also, I want to quickly mention, please, if you like our content here, click subscribe. Give us the little likes. We'd like to see the thumbs up, and yeah, definitely. And when you do hit that subscribe button, definitely hit that bell so you're notified every time we do upload a new podcast or a new episode. Anyway, Today, I think we ought to start with that weird thing, the Black Knight. What do you got on that?
Well, okay, the Black Knight actually is a jumble of a bunch of different stories put together, and nobody actually knows the true origins of where the story came from, which I was surprised at. I thought this was just a well-known fact that this was it, but actually there's a bunch of people that say that the alien made this and placed it in our atmosphere 13,000 years ago to start spying on us.
Okay. Now, who's saying that?
That's what the conspiracy theorists are saying. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like I said, there's a lot of different stories of it. Some people say it's brand new. Mm-hmm. But considering supposedly the first sighting was in 1954 by Lincoln LaPaz. Now, he said he saw 2 satellites up there, and since we at that time in 1954 have not made any satellites and put them up in the sky, nobody knows exactly what they were up there.
Yeah, well, especially that era, 1954, and you were mentioning that people think that they know what it is, and I heard one theory that it's actually a blanket, like a thermal blanket, that accidentally got loose during a spacewalk.
That was it was during the 1998 STS-88 mission, which was the first human International Space Station assembly flight. So that when they were starting to assemble the space station, and there was a blanket wrapped around some of the reflective panels to protect them. And one of the blankets broke loose, and supposedly this picture that we're seeing up here behind us is the picture of the actual blanket.
Right. But see, that wouldn't explain the 1954 sighting.
Not only that, even people are saying that back in 1899, Tesla said he was getting signals from aliens he thinks from Mars. But now people have looked at his records and his information, and they think it actually was coming from the Black Knight satellite.
Is that right?
That's what he was picking it up from.
Very weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also in 1961, someone had a tape of it. And what's weird about this Black Knight satellite is it orbits in the opposite direction, which is in retrograde, so it goes around in the opposite direction of everything else that's orbiting the Earth.
Okay.
So we didn't have that technology back in the 60s to do this.
Right.
So everybody's saying that this tape supposedly of the actual satellite has been erased because it was proof that there was something alien out there.
Oh, is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, like I said, there's so many different stories going into even the echoing signals that they've gotten back from space, which now they're saying is just natural phenomenon.
Okay, yeah.
But everybody says that it's something different about the Black Knight, so it's hard to pinpoint just a perfect story.
Well, I think that's a case. Anytime NASA gets involved, there's always, I don't know.
It's conspiracy theory on top of conspiracy theory.
Right. So, I want to bring up something that has fascinated me for a long time now, and what I'm talking about here is I'm talking about this. Well, back in 1991, NASA had an unmonitored and unencrypted live video feed that was coming from the space shuttle.
Right.
And anybody who had the equipment to view this could have seen it on their own computers or whatever. But it was a live feed, and they think it was a mistake that they caught something that ufologists are saying, is a UFO that was shot at by a missile from Earth.
Okay.
And I want to show you a little video of this I found of it, and it's pretty interesting. Now you see this object here is moving to the left, and in a moment you're going to see a flash. And there it moves off.
And it quickens up too.
Yeah. So
can you play that again?
Yeah, I will, definitely. And like you said, it when it zooms off to the right, the upper right, it's almost as though it's under control of something.
Right, because it stops and goes whoosh.
And there comes the missile. So I don't know. Now NASA, of course, is explaining this away, as they always do, and they're saying that it's simply ice particles that have been ejected from the space shuttle. And I've seen videos of those ice particles, and they don't really move like that.
Well, not only that, it's not going to change direction and speed up all of a sudden.
That's right. Well, and what they're saying is that the reason it speeds up like that, and the reason for that so-called missile that pops up, is that they are ice particles, but they are being moved quicker by the thrusters on the space shuttle. So I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds kind of a very slim.
Yeah, I mean, I can see what they're saying. I mean, I understand what they're saying, but I mean, I don't buy it. I really don't. It just looks too. I want to look at this one more time. Look at this. Now watch this. Now you can see other ice particles around there, but they're not really moving. So that wouldn't explain the thrusters.
No, the other white dots look like they're floating.
Right.
Not.
So yeah. I don't know. This is something, like I said, that's fascinated me ever since I first saw it. But that happened back in 1991. But anyway.
Back in 1965, on Gemini Mission 4, they also saw a UFO. It was a white cylinder-shaped craft with a white pole sticking out of it. And that was seen by pilot Jim McDivitt. And he actually took a couple pictures of it. I only sent you guys one here to take a look at because the other one's basically the same picture. I don't know. It's just a white line to me.
Yeah.
But he swears. He says his partner was asleep while he was watching this thing. But I think if you saw something up there, maybe you'd wake up your partner.
Yeah, you'd think, right?
But I don't know. I don't know the regulations and stuff, too, of that. But anyhow, I wanted to throw that in there because it's another weird space phenomenon.
Anomaly, yeah.
But back in 1963, I thought this was interesting. Major Gordon, Gordon Cooper, he was on a 22 orbit journey around the world. And on his final orbit, he said he was seeing a glowing greenish object ahead of him and quickly coming towards the ship. Now, what was interesting is that they knew this was a real object because they actually were catching it on their radar also. And there was no explanation for it ever given.
Yeah, I saw him on that really good UFO documentary called Unacknowledged.
Great documentary if you haven't seen it.
Dr. Stephen Greer, really intelligent guy, and it's possibly the best UFO documentary I have ever seen. And anyway, he was on there, and he was interviewed, and he was talking about his experience.
That wasn't the first time he's seen one. Back in about 10 years earlier, in 1951, he also sighted a UFO while piloting an F-86 over Western Germany. He said there was several metallic saucer-like objects that he was seeing, and that they was outmaneuvering all the American planes.
Right. Huh.
All the fighter planes. What I thought is interesting about it was he actually went to the United Nations and testified before them. And I want to read you what he said real quick here because I thought it was quite interesting. I believe that these were extraterrestrial vehicles and their crews are visiting our planet from other planets. I was furthermore a witness to an extraordinary phenomenon here on planet Earth. It happened a few months ago in Florida. There I saw with my own eyes a defined area of ground being consumed by flames with 4 indications left by a flying object which had descended in the middle of the field. Beings had left the craft. There were other traces to prove this. They seemed to have studied topography. They collected soil samples, and eventually they returned to where they had come from, disappearing at enormous speed. I happen to know that authorities did just about everything to keep the incident from the press and the TV in fear of a panic reaction from the public.
Of course they did. Yeah. No doubt about that. Yeah.
But, I mean, that's pretty good testimony. The only thing you can get better is if Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin saw something. Oh, well, wait, they did.
Yeah. In fact, Buzz Aldrin was on that documentary as well.
Yes. Yeah. Back in 1969, when they landed on the moon, they supposedly saw a light on one of the craters. And now, after he said he saw a light on the edge of the crater, the live news feed went blank. No one, of course, went unpublic. They went private.
That's happened several times,
right?
With weird things.
Well, supposedly, according to a whistleblower, they were talking about seeing actual live UFOs up on there. Okay. That there was 4 of them on the actual side of the crater, lined up, watching them. Now, Armstrong actually confirmed that story to be true, but he won't go into any further detail. All he'll say is that the CIA was behind the cover-up.
Oh, is that right? Really?
Right.
Yeah.
And back in 1979, the former chief of the NASA communications system confirmed the Armstrong had indeed reported seeing two UFOs. I said 4. I'm sorry, 2 UFOs on the rim of the crater.
Is that right? Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty good documentation.
What other details came out about that?
No other details were released about it.
No, I mean, what did they say about it? The astronauts.
There's that they saw them.
Did they see them take off or anything like that? No. They were just
on the moon watching them.
Strange. Yeah.
There are rumors that they said don't come back either.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. So I think we're going to wrap it up here pretty soon. But before we do, I want to talk about a couple of anomalies in space that we know exactly what they are, and but it's amazing that we were able to finally see them. And the first one I want to talk about is I'm going to mess up the name on this. It's Oumuamua, and what this is it's an interstellar, what they believe to be a comet, and it was discovered kind of by accident because there was a guy working at Hawaiian's Pan-STARRS 1 telescope, and what he was doing is he was searching for near-Earth objects. Basically, he's looking for comets or asteroids that could possibly hit Earth. And he discovered this thing, and these people are pretty intimately aware of the comets and the asteroids that are within our solar system. And he knew this wasn't one of them, and it was very strange shaped. Let me show you this picture again. It was like an elongated cigar, and it's kind of flat. And apparently this thing goes, what did I find here? It tumbles through space, and it makes a full rotation every 8 hours, and it's going 196,000 miles an hour.
Wow.
So what it did is it came into our solar system from another solar system somewhere, and it kind of slingshotted around our sun.
Okay.
And then tumbled off into deep space again.
When they first discovered this, there was rumor about that being a spaceship also.
Right. And I think that's not likely. What I did find out about this is they describe it as what they call a zombie comet, because this thing it's got a kind of a reddish hue to it, and what they think it is that it's a burned out comet because it's producing no tail at all, or coma, I guess they call it. So it possibly went too close to some star somewhere or another, and basically what it is, it's a collection of debris from the original comet, and so that's basically what it is. And what they, like I said, they call it a zombie comet, and I thought that was kind of interesting. but yeah, it's out of our solar system now. However, there is a brand new one that has come in to our solar system, and it is. I guess it was discovered by an amateur astronomer who had built his own telescope, and it was discovered in August of this year.
Okay.
And let me show you a picture of that here. And what it's been named is the Borisov, and actually it's called the 2I 2000. What is it? The 2I Borisov. And what 2 means is, the Oumuamua was the first one. So it's labeled as the 1I Oumuamua. And
say that 10 times fast.
And what that means is the first interstellar object that we've ever witnessed, and this is the second. But something I found out that was kind of interesting about these things is that it's thought that these things actually go through our solar systems, probably, like around Jupiter and Pluto, and they probably come through maybe 10,000 times a year. We've just never witnessed it, and they've never come close enough for us to pay attention.
Right.
And but yeah, I thought that those were kind of very unusual, but very interesting. And it's a little scary. Knowing that these interstellar objects are just,
crashing through our solar system
aimlessly, and who knows what could hit us. That Oumuamua, that's a large object. That's huge. That's Earth.
I've seen that movie, Meteors Coming Towards the Earth.
Oh, yeah. But it's Earth destroying large. So, but anyway, folks, what do you think about these things? Do you have any information on these things that we don't know about? Be sure to drop a link or drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know. Also, I want to mention again, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. If you are new here, go through our videos, because I think you're really going to enjoy a lot of them. We have a whole bunch of them. We're about to hit number 100.
That'll be our next episode.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe we're going to hit 100 videos already. But yeah. Anyway, let's get out of here, man.
Sounds good.
All right. So thanks a lot for watching, folks. And until next time, keep thinking and question everything.